Hello. Today I'm going to be talking about managing challenging behaviors for my assignment of the Engineering Learners Classroom Management and Neuroscience. Hello. My name is Zane Krauts. Hello. Today we're going to be looking at managing classrooms. We're going to be focusing on stress, sleep, and resilience. We're going to be looking into what is it, how it affects the classroom, and how can we build strategies around, or strategies to use to help students who suffer from this. Today we're going to be looking at stress. And what is stress? Stress is a response from our body and also our mind to pressure. There is many different situations where we might become stressed. And in the classroom being a very stressful environment, especially at a young age, students tend to suffer from stress a lot more. And it is our job as teachers, or future teachers, to become aware of this, and to become aware of how we can combat stress with knowing what is the difference between good stress and bad stress. Good stress can give us a drive, whereas bad stress can have a lot of detrimental impacts on us. So impacts that impact us the worst is that students tend to get overloaded with a lot of work, building up a stress, and it creates a lack of enjoyment and a lack of drive to finish the work. It also can lead to more dangerous mental health issues if unchecked, including anxiety from the amount of stress, making the student unwilling, more unwanting to seek help because they feel like they're in the wrong. Some strategies that we could use to combat stress. As teachers, we can create a plan. We can we can create a plan for individual students if we see them who deal with greater stress. And we can list up what's step by step on what needs to be done. So every little achievement gives greater euphoria. It also reduces the amount of stress in the student. Another is to make students aware that stress is a common occurrence and can also be a very good thing. So we need to seek out and tell students what is stress and it is a normal thing and not to be worried. Sleep is commonly very overlooked, especially when in high school, especially that a lot of assignments and exams can feel very stressful, as in the previous slide, but students will sacrifice stress to try to cram in those last few hours or do a quote unquote overnighter for their assignment that is due the next day. But sleep is incredibly powerful in that without enough sleep, it is detrimental to the young mind and body, as only in the later hours of sleep, in between the 6 to 8 hour range, is when our body truly starts to repair and fix ourselves with our neural pathways releasing dendrites, which helps our long-term memory processing. So students will be able to, in classrooms, learn better because of the sleep they've had, relax, restarting the body, and their memory will be fresh and more energized to learn instead of the detrimental parts of having no sleep, which will cause our body to slightly deteriorate, not in a way of collapsing, but in a way of drowsiness, sluggishness, and just being tired. Sleep is strategies for sleep is very complicated because us as teachers, we cannot go into the house and tell them to sleep. But what we can do is we can explain the detriments of sleeping and how we can set up our assignments to help them in knowing that the more sleep they get, it can be helpful to them and build a stronger body for the young mind. A strategy for sleep is letting them know the benefits of it. Sleep is very overlooked, but if we create a rapport with the students and we set out from day one a system of things in place, like a structure, students can see this and work with this, and then put in a section of where that time is in the night to sleep, to prepare and build their body stronger, so the next day they lose the stress. They've healthily slept. They've built a stronger mind and a stronger neural pathway, so they are ready to learn the next day. So, I see a good strategy is to build in sleep into work in a way, with structures of assignments and exams, like cram, built around how sleep could function and help the student. And lastly today, resilience. Resilience is the capacity to recover quickly from difficulties and toughness. In classrooms, resilience is when a student fails or they see a roadblock. They don't know how to overcome it. They sometimes stop and begin to worry. Us as teachers, it is our responsibility to see that and to help the students to overcome the resilience, to persevere and drive themselves to become more and succeed for more. Resilience is very underlying, as you could be a very resilient person, but some need that little extra push in life, that little extra push for resilience. And strategies that could be implemented are vast. One strategy I saw that would be very useful is that of helping students to say, write an assignment, like a mock assignment, and then to get their friend to grade it, and then pass it back, and to build that strength to see what they have gotten, and be able to say if they failed, or they got a lower percentage that they wanted, to build resilience, to know that if this time I failed, or this time that I do not get the grades I want, I can push myself further. And that's why we get the other student to help in pushing further, because they can also build a friendship, saying you can do this, as you have what, building positive reinforcement, strengthening the resilience of the student to say, I have this, but I can do this. So when it comes to the actual assignment, they have already had a little bit of training with resilience. So if they don't get the mark they want, they know that, okay, I can do this. And they will see the positives in the negatives. To conclude today's video, we looked over a lot of very important topics: stress, resilience, and sleep. And my final words is, us as teachers is where the pinnacle of what can help these students in overcome these boundaries and help persevere them and push them in the right direction to success. Thank you for watching my video.